Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at our 2022 Illuminate conference. I'm Michael Reardon, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Sumo Logic. And I'm so excited to share a great customer story that we have with Freshworks, who has spent almost a decade partnering with us to help improve their monitoring, and they've seen tremendous growth along the way. The title of this session is A Fresh Perspective, Rethinking TCO and Expanding Visibility to Fuel Growth. And we'll be joined today by Nitya Natarajan, who's a Senior Engineering Manager at Freshworks. She has over 18 years of industry experience and really believes in helping teams instill and embrace an SRE mindset with industry-leading best practices. I'm so honored to have you join us today, Nitya.
Thank you, Michael, for the introduction, and I'm so excited to be part of this Illuminate 2022. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Of course, thank you for joining. So to get started, I'd love to hear a bit more about Freshworks for those who may not be familiar. Could you tell us a little bit more about the company?
Of course. So Freshworks, a SaaS company, was founded in 2010 and has crossed several milestones over a decade and more now. And recently, we were listed in NASDAQ. We went public. And today, it supports more than 50,000 customer base, which includes IT, services, marketing, and support, and much more. And our mission statement is to design products which gives delightful experience to our customers and employees.
Great. So to kind of dive into why and how you've used Sumo, I'd love to hear more about Freshworks environment and kind of what you've built your product on.
Sure. About our environment, we are completely hosted on cloud. And of course, we are multi-tiered architecture and we support multi-tenancy by design. And our unique design is shell-based deployment architecture, which kinds of takes care of any surge or unpredictable sporadic loads, thereby ensuring best available, performant, high performant, scalable, and resilient applications, ensuring best possible experience to our users and customers.
Great. And I'd love to hear a bit more. Could you tell us about sort of how you started off working with Sumo Logic and how you've gotten to the place where you are now today?
Sure. I think way back in 2013 is when we started the relationship with Sumo Logic. There, during that time, right, the SRE team was called Emergency Response Team or the SWAT team, or we would even be called as a firefighting team who will be always on their toes to address any issues or any issues that prop up in production. And for doing such thing, I think for any such product companies, monitoring and observability has to be part of or should be built into their DNA. And that's how Sumo Logic helped us in getting the observability in place for us. And so initially this started only the SWAT team started using the Sumo Logic, and with the ease of adoption and a very quick learning curve, and of course, is enhanced features today has helped more teams inside Freshworks adopt the Sumo Logic. And just not the infrastructure monitoring, its enhanced features today helps us do more troubleshooting effectively and efficiently.
That's great to hear. So let's dive in a bit into kind of the objectives and goals that you've set today and kind of how Sumo Logic is helping you execute on them.
With such a huge customer base for our company, where our customers also include B2C as well, right? B2B as well as B2C, where we have promotional campaigns that the customer runs. And during such times, we do get surges in load, and with Sumo Logic Outlier detection and time compare operator, we are able to effectively detect an outlier and not just detect, also compare that with historical behaviors, which helps us to plan our infrastructure better. In addition to that, with Sumo Logic, scheduled searches and alerting helps us detect spam intrusions very efficiently. And not just detect, but also take actions, automated actions part of it, thereby triaging or thereby also avoiding any service interruptions.
That's amazing to hear, and it's really impressive how much you've kind of scaled over almost the last decade working with us, and you've been able to take advantage of kind of all the new features that the Sumo Logic platform offers. With that in mind, since it sounds like you're working with a lot of different data and that you're growing as an organization, I'd love to hear a bit more about how you've kind of tracked ingestion and usage and taken advantage of our credits model.
Of course. We use multiple deployments on Sumo Logic, and our multi-org setup helps us logically group and provision the credits across the org. Not just that, we also get the ability to centrally manage and monitor our credit usage across the org. And much more than that, we even get easily move our credits across the org whenever there is a need. In addition to that, the customer success team helps us to identify data which is very less utilized, move between tiers, thereby optimizing and managing our overall TCO.
So Nitya, it's so exciting that you've worked so closely with the customer success team. Could you tell us a bit more about how you've built your partnership with Sumo Logic over the last decade or so, and kind of the different activities that you've taken on to sort of feel empowered as users?
Sure. I think with customer success team, they go above and beyond and match our expectations. They update us with the new features that Sumo Logic introduces over the course of a period. And also we are part of the beta trials and try out all of these new features. And they also give us periodic trainings and also on-demand based trainings whenever required. So that's an excellent support from Sumo Logic customer success team. And just to summarize, with Sumo Logic as a platform, we are able to efficiently and effectively manage our day-to-day operations and also troubleshoot. And more importantly, the credit model has helped us track, manage our TCO, and move our credits between tiers. And not last but not the least, Sumo Logic never fails to impress us.
Well, thank you so much, Nitya, for joining us today and telling us a bit about how Freshworks has partnered with Sumo Logic over the last 9 years. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm sure our listeners did as well. So thank you so much for the opportunity to have this conversation with you.
Thank you so much, Michael, for helping me give an opportunity to share our experience of how we have worked very closely with Sumo Logic and how Sumo Logic has also helped our organization grow in turn. Thank you so much.